On the other side of the coin, the Detroit Lions, they have been deemed one of the best teams in the NFL. They were actually number one in my power rankings last week. The Bucks power ranking curse is still live and still in effect, much like the Honolulu flu, right? But Dan Campbell, my man, risk it no biscuit, Mr. Dan Campbell himself. Let's talk about Dan Campbell. Let's talk about his inability to really understand situations, right? Dan Campbell went for an onside kick with 12 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. The Lions were at that time just scored a touchdown, giving them only down by 10 points. Now, when we first saw that, when we first interacted with it over there on the Facebook page, I said, onside kick, what is going on, right? And many other people said, this is why the Lions are going to lose. This is why the Lions are going to lose. You guys can go over there, right? Lions fans were very, very upset that he went for the onside kick. But I got to ask the question, guys, did that onside kick with 12 minutes left to go in the game, did that cost them the game? Now, when you look at the thought process here, I'm going to try to put myself in Dan Campbell's shoes. I'm going to try to put myself in this said situation, right? You were down 14-0 in the first quarter. Shock and awe, holy crap, what just happened, right? Then you battled in the second quarter. Buffalo Bills missed a field goal. You get the ball back. You drive right down the field. If you would have made that field goal or scored a touchdown on that drive, that would have been the whole different outcome of the whole entire game. Let's just be flat out honest. So if you want to point to one single factor of what cost them the game, missed field goal right before halftime, that probably ultimately cost them the game. But let's go over to this fourth quarter with 12 minutes left to go. Down by 10 points, onside kick. Nowadays in the NFL, you have to say you're going to declare for an onside kick. Nowadays in the NFL, there's no surprise. There is no sneak attack. It is what it is. Onside kick is pretty much a lost art. Kicking in general is kind of a lost art, especially kickoff and kickoff return, right? But in this aspect of the game, at this point of the game, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills offense was rolling. They were unstoppable at this particular point. The Lions could not stop them. Dan Campbell had a pulse on his team in this situation, and he knew that, hey, we probably cannot stop them, right? Now, would I have kicked the onside kick there? No. Would I have given them a short 40-yard field? No. Granted, Hollis made an amazing tip catch to himself to return it down with the 3-yard line, which that was not expected, let's just be honest. But I'd rather kick the ball away and make them drive 70 yards instead of 3 yards. But in the post-game interview, Dan Campbell says he was trying to steal a possession, trying to get that onside kick, trying to make that 10-point lead or that 10-point lead down to a 7 or potentially a 3-point lead. And I see what he was trying to do. So the question that I want to ask and for you guys to answer in the comments below, did the onside kick at 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter cost the Detroit Lions the game? It did not cost them the game. I just want to be flat out serious and honest about that, guys. That onside kick did not cost them the game. What cost them the game was the missed field goal right before halftime. That could have been a big momentum shift, but they missed it. That is ultimately what cost them the game. If they could have made that field goal, it would have pulled them within, 7? Would have pulled them big momentum shift. They would have had the ball coming out in the second half. Look out, baby. A whole new ball game. But I've said it once. I've said it twice. And I'm going to say it again. Dan Campbell's risk it, no biscuit mentality is going to cost the Detroit Lions in a big game yet again. The risk it, no biscuit, dying by the sword, going for it on fourth down, all these onside kicks, yada, yada, yada. It's going to cost you, and Detroit Lions fans, you guys are going to be upset. You are going to be upset, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, I told you so. And you're going to be like, I can already hear it now. Let's say somehow, some magical way, the Detroit Lions make it to the Super Bowl. Let's say they make it to the Super Bowl and they're down by 7. Let's just say they're playing the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs are going up and down the field nonstop. Old school Kansas City Chiefs from 2017-18 is rolling, right? It's a shootout. Dan Campbell's like, oh, we're down by 10. There's 14 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We can't stop Patrick Mahomes. Let's do a onside kick. Same thing happens. I can see it now. People are like, oh, Dan Campbell, you cost us. You cost us. You cost us. This is his MO. This is his MO. Risk it, no biscuit, right? Live and die by your sword. It's going to cost you guys. And don't shoot the messenger, but I'm going to say I told you so. I'm going to say I told you so, and unfortunately, it's going to hurt. It's going to sting, but Dan Campbell's win at all costs mindset is going to affect you guys. But the onside kick did not affect you. I just want to make that perfectly clear. The onside kick at 12 minutes on fourth quarter versus the Buffalo Bills did not cost you that game. The missed field goal an hour earlier is what cost you the game.